So if you're thinking about buying a home in Malaysia, you're going to run straight into this classic debate. Do you get a landed house with your own little garden or a high-rise condo with an amazing view? It's a massive decision. So today, we're going to break it all down.
For generations, this has been the picture of success, right? A terrace house, a semi-D, maybe even a bungalow. It screams stability, space for your family, putting down roots. It's the dream so many of us grew up with. But, well, things are changing.
Get ready for this number, 84%. Right now, it's just a number on a screen, but trust me, it represents a huge, huge shift in the Malaysian property world.
Because that's how many Gen Z homebuyers are skipping the garden and choosing to live in a high-rise instead. They're literally buying into the skyline and completely flipping that traditional Malaysian dream on its head.
So that gets us to the big question, right? Is the landed dream over? Or are younger buyers just seeing something that other generations missed? In this explainer, we're going to unpack what's behind this massive shift and give you a clear head-to-head comparison so you can figure out which path is the perfect one for you.
Okay, let's dive into this whole generational thing. Because it's not just a small trend we're talking about, it's a fundamental change in how young Malaysians actually want to live.
And just look at this divide. It's not just that young people are picking high-rises. I mean, while 75% of millennials and Gen X already lean that way, Gen Z is cranking it up to a whopping 84%. This is not a slow change, folks. It's a full-on sprint towards vertical living.
And we're just getting warmed up. If this is already helping you see the market a bit clearer, just take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe. That way you won't miss out on the insights you need to stay ahead of the curve.
So what's pulling Gen Z upwards? It really boils down to four main things. First, affordability. Let's be real, a condo is just a more realistic first home in the big cities. Then you've got prime locations, putting you right in the heart of the action near work and public transport. Of course, the lifestyle amenities. I mean, who doesn't want a pool and a gym, just an elevator right away? And a huge one is enhanced security. Just that peace of mind you get living in a gated and guarded place.
All right, now for the main event. Let's put these two side by side. We're going to really get into the pros and cons of each so you can see exactly where your own priorities line up.
Let's start with the most obvious one, space and privacy. With a landed house, that space is all yours. No shared walls, no neighbors upstairs doing late-night karaoke. In a condo, you're trading that private garden for a shared pool. It's the classic trade-off, your own personal bubble versus having all these great conveniences built right in.
Next up, let's talk about the money that keeps flowing out. In a landed house, you're the boss. If the roof leaks, yeah, it's on you to fix it, but there are no mandatory monthly fees. With a condo, you've got those monthly maintenance fees in sinking funds. They pay for the pool and security, but they are a fixed cost you'll be paying forever.
And this just captures that feeling perfectly. This quote from a Reddit user really nails the frustration. They call maintenance fees perpetual loan installments. Ouch. It just highlights that feeling of paying and paying for something you don't really have full control over. It's a really powerful point to think about. What about making the place feel like yours? With a landed house, you can dream big, right? Knock down a wall, extend the kitchen, paint the outside bright pink if you want to. But in a condo, your creative genius pretty much ends at your front door. You're living within the rules set by the management, period.
And what about as an investment? This is key. Landed properties, they tend to appreciate more steadily for one super simple reason: scarcity. They aren't making any more land. A condo's value, on the other hand, is much more tied to things like its location and how well the building is managed. Both can be great investments, for sure, but they run on totally different engines.
Okay, let's get into something that's really, really important, but honestly, often super confusing. The legal stuff. We're talking about the property title, the piece of paper that proves you actually own your home.
So when you buy a condo, or even a house in some gated communities, you get something called a strata-title. This is a special kind of ownership that says, yes, you are the 100% owner of your specific unit, your parcel, but you're also a co-owner of all the shared stuff, like the lobby, the pool, the lifts, with everyone else who lives there.
Let's make this super simple with the property cake analogy. Just imagine the whole condo building is one giant cake. That's the master title. Your specific condo unit, that's your personal slice of that cake. That's your title. And the common property? Well, that's the shared plate and all the decorations that all the slices sit on. You own your slice, but you share the plate. Simple, right?
You know, we really believe that understanding these details is what gives you power. If you agree and you want more explainers that cut through the noise, then join our community. Tap like, hit subscribe, and let's keep making complex stuff simple together.
So, we've looked at the trends, we've done the head-to-head showdown, we've even waded through the legal paperwork. Now it's time to bring it all back home, to you and your decision.
It can feel like a lot, I get it, but the truth is there is no single best choice. The perfect home is just the one that fits your life, your wallet, and your priorities right now.
So let's make a quick personal scorecard to find your perfect match. First, what's your budget? And I don't just mean the down payment, but the monthly costs you can really live with. Next, how much do you value privacy versus having facilities at your doorstep? Then, what are your family's needs, not just today, but in 5 or 10 years? And finally, how important is freedom to you? Are you okay with rules about renovations? Just be honest with yourself, and your answers are going to point you in the right direction.
Ultimately, the idea of a dream home in Malaysia isn't one size fits all anymore. It's changing and evolving with every single generation. Whether that's a house with a little patch of green or a condo up in the clouds, the only thing that matters is that it's your dream. So the only question left is, what will yours look like?